Hey, it's Dr. Griff, and today I want to teach you about how to use Google Forms. Google Forms is one of the best time-saving techniques you can use in anything in the Google Classrooms suite. And the one thing I love about it is it gives you information that you can use in real time. It gives you immediate feedback on what the students learn from your lessons, and it's also a nice way for you to reinforce the things that the students are not getting. So I'm I'm really learning that Google, if you use it properly, can save you tons of time. But you have to use it properly. And one of the things that really saves you a ton of time is the use of folders. So the first thing I want to do for this particular unit on how to use Google Forms is create a folder just for this particular lesson. So we're going to create new folder, and we're going to title this folder Forms Lessons. So we've got a folder here, Forms Lessons. Now all the things I create, I want to create in that folder. So I click on the lesson on the folder, and now let's create a Google form. So you go to Drive, and you don't see it at first. You've got to go to More, and you go to Google Forms. Now Google Forms can be used basically as a quiz generator. You can make everything a quiz. So we're going to title this Quiz Number 1. And if you click right here where it says Untitled Form, it generates the quiz number 1 title. So it's pretty self-explanatory. It won't take you long to really get the hang of it. It's just a matter of knowing what to do first. And before you actually get started, go up over here to where it says Settings. And you see you've got a bunch of information that you need to click. And once you set it there, it pretty much stays that way. So do I want to collect email addresses? Yes, I do. Do I want to limit to one response? That's up to you. Can a person edit after submit? I do this with some of my review quizzes where the students keep taking a quiz over and over until they can get a perfect score. And it's a great technique because the students really get engaged and they keep taking it over and over, especially if they have the Google Classrooms app on their phone. They can keep taking quizzes. It's a great review. So that's up to you. You can edit after submit. And the presentation, you can do a lot of really cool things. You can show the progress bar, especially for a longer quiz, how much further they have to go. Shuffle the question order. That is a great technique because what it does is ensures that the students aren't taking the same test at the same time. If you shuffle the order, question number 1 on one student's test will be question number 4 on another student's test. So it's a little tricky for them to try to help each other out, if you know what I mean. You don't want to you want to make sure that it's authentic and it's theirs, unless of course it's collaboration. Then you can make it, you can click off that, keep it the same because you want to go in order. Completely up to you. But this is the thing that you want to click. Now, when you make a Google form a quiz, you just have to click this one button. Now it's not intuitive, you probably wouldn't know it unless you knew it's there, but once you click this, now you can create a quiz that can be scored automatically, and it basically gives you real-time information about how students did on the stuff that you're trying to teach. So I made this quiz now, and I'm going to save it. And quiz number 1, students are going to type their email address, and they say, wait a second, I don't want to have everybody type up their email address. So you can go back to the settings, and you can click off, and then you save it, and that question is gone. Completely up to you. Now, you insert a question. Is Google a useful tool for teachers? Now, it's pretty subjective. And you can add yes, no, maybe. So if I click as suggested here, it automatically populates the answers. It intuitively knows what type of question it is. This seems to be a more subjective question. Now, for something like this, if I did the answer key and I say yes is the right answer, and the student will get 10 points for that, that means if a student answered no or maybe, they wouldn't get any credit. But for this one, all answers are okay. But that's not usually what you're using these quizzes for. You're usually trying to make sure that they understood specific content. So we want to add another question. So let's add a question that's going to have a correct answer. And the question we're going to ask is, on what day is Halloween? we can write October 31st, November 31st, December 31st, and the dreaded none of the above. So again, once you have your options, now you have to choose your right answer to create a quiz. So you go to answer key down here on the bottom, and you click the correct date, and you give it a point value. You can also set it up so that you automatically generate all the questions to be the same number of points, so we don't have to keep filling this out. Some other options when you go to edit question is you can make sure the question is required, so no one can skip the question. The other thing you can do, did I click that one? There we go. The other thing you can do, in addition to making it a required question, is you can also shuffle the option order. And I'm going to do that for both, because what that does is when the students are taking the test and you shuffle the question order, now students not only have a mixed up number order for the questions, they also can't say, what's the question to number 4? Which one is that? Halloween question. It's 2. If you shuffle the order option, then there is no way to know just by a simple thing like that. So it's another little way to make sure that the students are given their authentic answers. So then once you've done this, you've got your quiz done. And now this is in my Google Drive underneath my forms lesson. So once I'm done with this, I can go back, and you can see you want to put this into your forms lesson. This way, if I'm looking for it, I know right where that is. Now, how do you add this to your classroom so the students can take the quiz? You go back to your classroom, and let's create an assignment. And this is going to be a Google Forms videos. How to create a Google form as a quiz. Again, we're going to make this 20 points because we know there were 2 points that were up there. And we don't have a topic for this because this is going to be for Google Forms. So I'm going to create a topic. For this one, I'm going to make Google Forms videos. And what I want to do is I want to attach a Google Doc. Now, the great thing about this, I don't have to go looking for it. I don't have to attach anything. And if I have to change anything on those quizzes, I can do it pretty easily. All I have to do is click on the Google Drive symbol, and you'll see quiz number 1. The last thing I did is automatically there on the top. So I click on that. Now it's there. Now we've got this all set up. All I have to do is assign it. I click assign, and I've got the video, the form here. So now when the students in the classroom come to the classroom, they click on the form, they click on the quiz, they take the quiz. You'll be able to see once the students have turned things in, everyone's grades. And what you can do is you can import the scores. And so all the students that would be listed here, all of their scores will be automatically imported. The other really neat thing, which I'm going to show you later, is you can get all the data from the quiz, and you can look at how students did on the quiz. And it's really useful if you're trying to figure out what parts students are getting and are not getting in a really quick and easy way. At the beginning of a lesson or to end a lesson, so this way you know where to start for the following day. So this is a really neat tool. If done correctly, it can absolutely transform your lesson plans. And it's so easy, and it gets rid of all the papers you have to collect and give back. It makes the classroom time so much more efficient because you're not spending time organizing all the papers, putting things into folders. It's in real time. The other thing it does, it lets you know right away which questions students are having problems with and which ones they're getting. So you don't have to review the whole quiz in detail. You can just focus on the issues that students are having. This is particularly great for math teachers. When you're trying to teach concepts that students may or may not have difficulty with, you can pinpoint where those problems are. So I hope this was informative. If you have any questions, you can always leave a message here on our classroom. I will definitely get back to you, or you can leave something on our YouTube channel. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. It's always good to have some visitors. This is Dr. Griff saying hey, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.